Now I know that you did not think that I was not going to finish Season 2, Episode 1 of Devil May Cry. After watching the first 10 minutes, that intro of Episode 1, you gotta be kidding me, right? Dante is locked up in that freezer cell, and then Arkham ends up getting transported into hell. She infiltrates Mundus' castle. She is completely destroying these demons. She ends up freeing the good demons out of their prison, and then she ends up going inside of Mundus' throne room, and Jester is watching, by the way, and she finds this chalice that is supposed to be a weapon that they can use to fight off the demons. And then we also have Mundus. He's fighting the US soldiers, and the soldiers are getting slaughtered, but one soldier ends up using an RPG and ends up killing this huge demon that was shooting those bombs out of his chest, so the soldiers can continue to infiltrate hell. Man, all chaos is going down right now, and we gonna finish watching Episode 1. Like the video, sub to the channel, and let's get to it right now. So the episode starts off with this woman. She has red hair, she's wearing a hood, she has her torch, and she's in Western Mackay, which is 1,800 miles from Castle Mundus. And as she's wandering through these catacombs, she gets approached by this huge red demon, and he's like, "You're far away from the battle line, Sapien." And then more of these demons start showing up, and they all crowd around her. And then they're like, "There's no armies to protect you. We are the power." Then the Neo Angelo shows up, and he's like, "No, there's only one power in this realm, which is the king." He's referring to Mundus, and he's like, everything that's in his realm is his. So what, you gonna betray your king? And then the red demon is like, "Lord Mundus is the reason why these Sapiens are here and the reason why they breached our realm." Then he says, "These lands don't recognize a ruler." And the Neo Angelo says, "Well, that's the reason why he sent me here, to oversee them." Oh, the red demon says, "Only you?" Uh-oh, it's about to go down. All right, they starting to attack the Neo Angelo. One's behind him. Oh, slice him up. He sliced one in front of him. Lord. Oh, sliced another one right in the chest. Yo, full video is uploaded on the channel as we speak. So go ahead and watch the full video. I'm telling you, it will be worth your time. And with that being said, let's continue. Oh, the Neo Angelo took this dude's arm off. Yo! Listen, he didn't break a sweat taking out 4 to 5 demons, y'all. So the main demon that was doing all of that talking, he looked at what happened to his demon counterparts, and then he's like, "I don't think I want any smoke with the Neo Angelo." He looks back at the girl, and as he goes to approach the girl takes off her hood. She is carrying 2 swords, and they are going at it right now. Ooh, man, she is dodging all of his attacks. She's blocking his attacks with her swords. And then the demon jumps up in the air to come down on her, but she jumps in the air. She turns and then slices his head off. Ooh, light work. And then she puts her swords up and looks at the Neo Angelo and says, "Oh, behold the stoic orphan of Sparta. Hello, Virgil." So that's Virgil. Yo, I was like, what? Damn. And then Virgil, he transforms back into his human form, and he was like, "Hey, you need to watch this whole Virgil talk, okay? Because we in hell, they don't like humans, they don't like the human form, so you need to chill out on that." So the reason why she's there is to deliver a message from the Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail, and to tell Virgil that the Arcana Chalice has been stolen from Mundus. Yo, and Virgil can't even believe it, but she's like, "The Ouroboros does not lie. He's the one that killed your mother." And then Virgil puts his sword to her throat. I don't blame him either, man. You gonna tell me who killed my mama? Man, you surprised? You better be surprised that you didn't get beheaded yourself. So Virgil is trying to seek more answers from her, and then she's like, listen, if you want more answers, you gonna have to step into the earth realm. And then she sets herself on fire, her clothes start coming off, and then you see this tattoo of the Ouroboros, you know, the snake eating its own tail on her shoulder. Alright, so then it goes to all of these news stations reporting the news about what's been going on with the troops in hell and people protesting hell, and now we got this propaganda about Darkcom and how they are the protectors of Earth and they were sent there to destroy all of the demons, which they employ the top scientists, engineers, and combat troops. Arius and the Vice President of the United States just got done watching that propagandized Darkcom commercial in order to create more unease and uncertainty to the public. And all of a sudden, Arkham walks in and she has the chalice in his briefcase and she yells out, Arius, I quit. Slides it over to Arius, and she does not like the fact that our troops were being sent over to hell just to be a diversion and to be slaughtered, right? And she tells the Vice President, Dante was right about you. You don't care about who dies on your orders. And the Vice President, with his asshole ass, he says, well, if Dante was right, why is he frozen in a tube in our basement? He's so damn disrespectful. And Arkham is like, because I chose you. Now, as Arkham is walking out, Arius is like, it's a shame you're quitting because I was about to make you the commander of our military division so you could pursue any objectives that you want. You can run it the way that you want. Arkham is like, what is the point of me being a commander when our troops are out there doing suicide missions? And the Vice President was like, listen, that was a necessary thing we had to do because we needed to draw out Mundus. And we needed to do all of this to obtain this chalice. And we needed to do these things in order for us to get this chalice in order to destroy Mundus. Arkham ends up taking the position, y'all. So the Vice President is like, Arkham has finally earned the right to know the truth about her father. And Arius is like, soon after the final victory is complete. Who in the hell is Arkham's father? So then Arius grabs the briefcase and attempts to break the chalice just to make sure that it's legit. And then, you know, all of this lightning, sparks and stuff goes everywhere. He freaks out the Vice President, so he knows that this is the right chalice. So now they have all four pieces to use the power to destroy Mundus. The Medaglia, the Spada, the Baston, and of course the Arcana Chalice. So the next step in this whole plan is to wait for Virgil to touch down on Earth. And they got this Super Demon Killer 950 cartridge waiting on him. And they're using Jester as a undercover agent in Mundus's court just to make sure that Virgil takes the bait. So Virgil is cleaning his sword. He's thinking back on the times with him and his mom, and he senses Jester behind him, and he just swipes his sword, takes out some mountains, and here comes Jester coming down laughing. So Jester is doing his thing, instigating. He's talking about how Mundus always sends Virgil to the farthest edge of the kingdom, talking about how his father Sparta was a traitor and nobody knows who he really is. And then he brings up the Ouroboros, and Virgil is like, man, get to the point. What are you talking about? Why are you saying all of these things? That is true. So when Jester brought up the Ouroboros, Virgil gets pissed off. He powers up, he draws his sword, and he says, when you bring up or speak the name of Ouroboros, you're talking about Argos Acts, the chaos, and that is treason against Mundus, and you are now sentenced to death. Well, Jester gets on his knees, begs for his life, and says, please don't tell the king, because he's already killed his royal guard, and we don't even know why. So the demons are in this restaurant or tavern, and they're eating human remains. Freaking gross, right? And all of a sudden, Virgil walks in his human form, and the demons start whispering, talking about, oh, he's in his sapien form. Oh, he's disgusting. He's weak. And then this huge demon with wings steps in front of Virgil, and he's like, oh, I knew I smelled a sapien, you half-breed. Do you really think you belong here with the rest of us? I think he's making a terrible mistake, man. Don't be messing with Virgil. And then Virgil is like, what, you think that I deserve to be around you? And then he gets ready to pull out his sword, and that demon thought twice about getting that smoke from Virgil and moves out the way so Virgil can go through the door. So Virgil goes into Mundus' throne room. He gets on one knee and he says, the Western Waste openly defies you because they know that you are the reason for the Sapiens incursion in Makai. And Mundus replies, yeah, it's true, and that's on me because I sent you out to get the white rabbit, but it don't even matter. It's a little consequence because your father's archaic barrier will fall and Earth will bend the knee to me. So Virgil is like, I can go to Earth, blend in with the Sapiens, and get the Arcanas back to you before you can even assemble your troops, right? And Mundus is like, cool, but make sure your focus is not shaken by the kin that you have in that realm. He's talking about Dante. He's trying to keep them separated because he knows if him and Dante get together, they could probably take Mundus down. So Virgil whips out his sword, does his cross strike, does a tear into the realms, and then he crosses into Earth. As soon as he does, Dark Calm is alerted and shit is about to go down. So Virgil is walking, he gets confronted by Dark Calm Border Patrol. They're saying that he's entered the realm illegally. All right, Virgil gets ready to draw his sword, but here come these ropes, these electric ropes, and he's slicing some of them, but he gets punctured by like 6 or 7 of them. They're electrocuting him right now. He done dropped his sword. Oh man, yo. And then all of these agents just appear around him. Yo, they got their guns pointed at him. There's jets in the air. Dang, they came well prepared. And then this football player troop, he shoots this thing at Virgil that electrocutes him. And then we got another troop that loaded up that Demon Killer 950 cartridge. Yo, this is nuts. Yo, Virgil has freed himself and killed one of the troops. He threw one of the rope things at one of the troops. And now we got the jets opening fire on Virgil right now. Oh my God. Virgil done got his sword. He's jumping around. He done jumped on top of one of the jets, killed the jet pilot. Yo, took down the jet. Oh, one jet ends up running into the other jet. Oh my God. Yo, they are not ready for Virgil. Everybody's firing on Virgil. Virgil is like, up, slice, slice, slice. Taking these troops out with ease. Yo, he throws his sword at one troop, takes his head off, runs, grabs his sword, starts slicing the other troops to pieces. Yo, he cut one of their heads off. Oh my God. Yo, Virgil is a monster. So after Virgil just gets done slaughtering the troops, he's like, those of you who I left able to speak, you're going to tell me what I want to know. Then he holds up the Ouroboros logo and he's like, who branded you with this? So Arius is watching the whole thing go down on the monitor, and then he says, all goes according to plan. Your sister did well, Kai. And so I guess Kai's sister is the redheaded girl that was talking to Virgil. And he's like, Ouroboros has almost fulfilled its purpose. Arkham is visiting Dante in the basement, and she starts reminiscing on their interactions that they had. And she's like, damn, what am I doing? You can tell she's contemplating something right now. And then the episode ends. Bruh, they started this season off like that? Listen, this is why I don't listen to other people's reviews about anything, because I was seeing what people were saying about season 2 and how, oh, it was trash. Not to me. So far, so good. I'm loving what I'm seeing. So stay locked in for episode 2. Like the video, sub to the channel, and I will catch y'all later.